Hey girls, hey. Hey boys, hey. How's everybody doing? It's a Monday. It's a Monday. This is Mama BuDeez here, coming to talk to her humble beauties. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel. Each and every one of you means so much to me. So, while you're at it, subscribe and like. Subscribe and like. Hi, Chronic Life. I'm so glad you made it. And Donna, and Once Upon a Crime in the West, and Casey Lowell. Hey, Mama. Thank you. Hey, sister. Hi, JB. All right, guys. The verdict is in. I didn't know. I didn't know that. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. No, the verdict, last I heard, they were deliberating. Please tell me the verdict is not in, because I wanted to get this out before the verdict's in. Let's see. News. Yes. Just an hour ago, they were talking about... Yeah, I don't think that the verdict is in. Yeah, it's not. Okay, so let me get this information to you guys. Excuse me. I have a tickle in my throat. Before the verdict does come in. So I am super excited to be bringing this to you guys, because what this means is that we will have a verdict very soon. That jurors are deliberating. They've already done closing arguments from the prosecution and the defense. They've had 90 minutes each to present their case. Okay, so let's go over. Sorry, I'm drinking coffee and it always makes my nose run. Okay, so jury is deliberating. Closing arguments finished today, and the case was turned over to the jury. Each side had 90 minutes to break down their case. The jury went to deliberate at 11:18 a.m. The jury received two audios, one being Frazee's call to law enforcement and his call to his longtime friend, Joe Moore. Now, he is the one that testified the most damning evidence, or the most damning testimony in this case, that Patrick told him that he had finally found a way to murder Kelsey, and that no body, no crime. So this really upset Joe. He testified in court. He's Patrick's old longtime friend, and he even cried on the stand because he couldn't believe that his friend was capable of doing something like this, and it really gave him turmoil to have to tell on him. So they also have 3 videos to view, you guys. Krystal at Patrick's ranch, showing them everything that her and Patrick had done when they burned the body. The body cam of that is one of the videos that they will be looking at. Krystal at Kelsey's home, they took her there and had her show everything that had happened in the home. And the footage from the Conoco where Patrick Frazee is filling up that gas can that Krystal Kenny said that he used to burn the body. She said that he put the body in a tote, took it out of Kelsey's condo, and put it on top of a bale of hay, and there was a red discoloration of on that bale of hay, and that did get presented in court. So that is the other video that they gave him, is showing that Patrick did fill up that can on November 24th, which would corroborate what Krystal was saying, that that's when they went and burned the body. She's saying that he even had some ranch hands testify that before they left for Thanksgiving, that Patrick asked them to put some wooden pallets in a horse trough and to take it to a certain area on the ranch. They also testified that when they came back after Thanksgiving, that the fire was still warm, and the remnants of the trough and everything else that Patrick asked them to take to the landfill. So that's another damning testimony against Patrick. So the jury is instructed not to do their own research nor talk to anyone about the case until after a unanimous decision has been made. Now, they are deliberating on 6 counts, you guys. It's not just first-degree murder. They are deliberating on 6 different counts, whether or not he's guilty or not guilty on each and every single one of those counts. And I will go over those in just a second. They could get each of these, they could get those audios and videos in any order. So I think they get them one at a time to listen to, but it isn't stated, or there are no restrictions that have been brought up that says they have to get them in any certain order. They can get those 2 audios, those 3 video surveillances in any order. The Barrett family took up 2 rows in court today. So their family showed up for this. They wanted to hear these closing arguments just as much as the world did. And so they showed up in court and they took up 2 rows. The jury is instructed not to do, I already told you guys that. So they do have to come up with a unanimous decision, you guys. So if 10 of them think he's guilty and the other 2 don't, they have to stay in there until they all think he's guilty or they all think he's not guilty. There is no like hung, or I mean, I guess there could be. I don't know how that works. There might be a hung jury, but I don't know exactly the details of that. So I won't speculate. But once the unanimous decision is reached, then they can actually go and do their own research and talk to people and you know, reiterate whether or not they made the right decision, but they cannot look up anything on their own. So this is what they are deliberating over. I wanted you guys to know the 6 charges that Patrick has been accused of and what he is actually facing. And the first charge is murder in the first degree after deliberation. And the prosecution has to prove this without a reasonable doubt, which means that they have to make this decision without any doubt in their heart whatsoever that it was first-degree murder with after deliberation. So then the second count that he is being charged with is solicitation of first-degree murder. And that is when Krystal was asked to poison the coffee. And so that's where that charge came from. The second one is murder in the first degree, felony murder, and then solicitation of first degree murder. That's when he asked Krystal Kenny to kill Kelsey with a bat. He asked her to kill her with a pipe first. And that is another one of his charges, solicitation of murder, of first degree murder, and that is with a pipe. So that's why he's facing 3 of those charges, because he asked Krystal Kenny, his mistress, 3 different times to kill his child's mother, his fiance. And it is alleged that he did kill his fiance with a baseball bat while after blindfolding her and asking her to smell candles and tell him what they smelled like. So he blindfolded her, and when she went to smell the candles, the mistress says he just started bashing her. So that is what is being said that he did. And so I wanted you to know that. And also it is alleged that their daughter was in the house in a back room while he was murdering her mother. So that is a very, very tragic thing. And she is like 1 year old, I believe. Same age as my granddaughter, you guys. So if you saw my granddaughter earlier today, that is around the age of Kelsey's child, I believe. But I could be wrong. She might be 2 now. But don't hold me to it. The 6th charge is tampering with deceased human body. So that is for him taking her body out of the condo, putting it in the tote, taking it to the ranch, and Krystal says they burned it there. And that usually you can't burn a body. The crematory, when you get cremated, is a complete enclosed hot fire. It's enclosed. So a lot of people thought that he couldn't burn her body, but Krystal did say that he made this makeshift tin roof and he saturated the tote that she was in with oil and then poured 5 gallons of gasoline on it. She said that the fire reached the top of the pine trees. So defense was presenting their case, and this is what Patrick's lawyer had to say. He said that the accusations are made up and the foundation is shaky. Defense says that Krystal is not trustworthy. On top of the made up story, you can't trust her. She lies. He tells jurors that they are being asked to ignore their common sense, that Krystal and the circumstantial evidence was received by law enforcement after signing a plea deal and wants them to take that into consideration. The defense states that the timeline is wrong. Therefore, it brings the whole thing crumbling down. Defense is saying it's not true because no camera footage of Krystal or Patrick going in on the 24th for the cleanup. No image of Patrick with the bat going into her home on Thanksgiving, November 26th. No image of Frazee going in with a tote. No image of Frazee coming out with a tote or leaving with one, period. There is no image of where Frazee's truck is parked. There's no image with Frazee having blood on him. Why is there no DNA of Frazee from inside the washing machine if he supposedly washed his clothes before he left? Why is there no DNA all over the home? This is what the defense is saying, you guys. This is not coming out of my own mouth. I just want you guys to know that, okay? I'm just reading you what the defense told the jurors, in my own words, of course. Defense says, before you believe the evidence, you have to believe Krystal. And he says that he points out that Krystal said she's not sure if she will ask for probation after this is all over and she faces her own day in court. He states that Krystal said she wanted to get caught, but nothing she did shows that. She drove hours to clean a bloody scene she knew about beforehand and never called the police. Defense points out that the fact that prosecution says Frazee plotted this to go down on Thanksgiving is the worst plan ever. He says, so Patrick would have never planned this on a day that people are less likely to be alone. He's saying that if Patrick wanted to murder Kelsey, he would have done it the night before at his ranch, so there wouldn't be any neighbors around, or there would be less chance of getting caught. So he's saying it's absurd that they think he did this on Thanksgiving. And he said, why would Patrick pick the worst possible place to do it? Her condo. Why would he not do it at his own home? Why would he do it at her home? Why wouldn't he do it at the Nash Ranch the night before? He points out that there is no DNA in the home of Kelsey. He tells the jury that this case has a lot of reasonable doubt. He reminds them that they must cast their votes without hesitation. The DA came forward or the prosecution said in court today that the defense won't explain how they think Kelsey disappeared from her condo. They say that Patrick didn't do it, but no one will explain what they think happened to her. If he didn't do it, you would assume that they would give an explanation of what happened to her, and they didn't. Prosecution went into how reliable Kelsey was with a big smile on her face, and she was a daughter, a mother, a sister, a co-worker. And does she sound like someone who would just up and disappear on her own? He states they just want Patrick held accountable. We ask you to consider all the facts, not apply speculation to them. He says the facts start in March or April when he trashes Kelsey in text messages and rekindles with Krystal Kinney. He brings up that Patrick's own friend testified he found a way to kill Kinney. No body, no crime. He asked the jury after they saw Joe Moore crying on the stand, do you believe him? He reminds them that Patrick asked Joe Moore about washing pieces of Kelsey's blood out of his clothes. He reminds the jurors that Kelsey's kitchen window could not be seen. It was an actual private walkway, so it would have been very secluded enough to do the murders. He also points out that both her neighbors were out of town that day. And we don't know, this is not what they said, but we don't know that Patrick didn't see like built up mail, or maybe a couple of newspapers at their front door, or noticed that their car was gone. And he decided to do it on Thanksgiving because he realized that her neighbors were gone. Maybe that's the whole opportunity that he was taking, is because he noticed that the neighbors weren't home, and maybe that surveillance wasn't going. But that's just my own take. He says that both their neighbors were out of town. That's why no one heard or saw. He admits that Krystal's DNA would not be found at Kelsey's because the protective gear that Krystal was wearing, remember, she bought the BuDeez and the hairnet and the protective gear for her clothes, because it was like a scrub outfit, and like a surgeon outfit, to where her DNA wouldn't be left anywhere. He brings up a photo of all three at Kelsey's front door around 1:30, with Kelsey holding the poinsettias and carrying in the car seat, and Patrick holding Kaylee. So that right there shows that he was in the home that day. And all the clips of Frazee going in and out of her condo. He asked the jury to not let Patrick get away with murder and find him guilty on all charges. Prosecution also said while Kelsey was planning hers and Patrick's future, he was planning her murder. And they point out that Krystal did not have to come forward. She could have just stayed quiet. They point out that Krystal told everything, even things that subject her to criminal prosecution. She also says that Krystal's testimony is corroborated by all the evidence. She says that Patrick has no evidence to back up his story. She points out that the ranch hands are the ones saying that they were building the fire that Patrick asked for them to build, and about it being warm when they got back after Thanksgiving, and about how he asked them to pick up the remnants and take it to a landfill. Prosecution says Frazee threw antlers in the fire in case someone saw bone fragments in it. She said that the evidence is compelling, and it's very compelling when Krystal walked right up to the fire scar in the body camera, even though it had been covered. So they didn't even know that it was a burn scar, because the ranch hands had moved dirt from another place on the ranch and put it over the burn scar where they burned the body. And so they actually had to take the dirt away to find the burn scar. But so sorry, God rest her soul. Krystal did walk right up to it on body cam when they took her out to the ranch after Patrick had been arrested. She shows the jury the gas can and says it's the same one that Patrick is seen filling up at the Conoco station on November 24th. They bring up the identical tote to the one that Krystal says he burned her body in after dousing it with oil and gas. Now, people are saying, well, the tote was found at Patrick's. I have been in a relationship lots of times before when a man wants to buy himself like a SOG bag or a really cool gym bag or a Nike bag. And I've always been like, well, where's mine? I want one. And they're like, well, this is for a guy. I didn't think you'd want it. And I'm always like, yeah, I want one. And I've had matching tote bags with my significant others, you guys, plenty of times. So like when we're at Gold's Gym or something like that, they'll be on clearance, and we'll both get the same bag because I like black. And so maybe they didn't see him carry that tote in because it was already at Kelsey's house, and he carried her out in her matching tote to his. You see what I'm saying? And she reminds jurors that Krystal said he was going to dispose of the remnants of the body in the landfill or a river. She reminds them that the motive is not what they are here for, but just to decide if Patrick is guilty or not. She says, don't look at it being circumstantial evidence, but it is the photos, the box. There is a picture of Patrick passing by in his truck, and that actual black tote is in the back of his truck. And then when he's passing by that same surveillance, the black tote has been moved to a different position in the back of his truck. And the photos she's talking about is him, pictures, still shots of him going in and out the home 11 times the day of the murder. The gas can, which she says that it shows because Krystal said that that's the same gas can, and there's actually footage of him filling up that gas can on the day that Krystal said that he burned the body. And of course, the damning testimony of the ranch hands and of his friend Joe Moore that told him that he had figured out a way to kill Kelsey. No body, no crime. So she says the circumstances it all took place under, meaning the text messages and all of the horrible things that Patrick was going around saying about Kelsey. He was telling people that Kelsey never told him that he had a child until Kaylee was born at the hospital. He also told another lady that she signed over her rights, that he picked up the child from the hospital and she all but abandoned Kaylee. So he was going around, doing lots of this stuff. It is also alleged that he was paying $700 a month in child support, and he had not paid since July. So $700 for July, August, September, October, November. So he was 5 months behind. So he owed her $3,500, you guys. That is another thing to keep in mind. And come December 1st, it would have been $4,200. And it's not something that was court ordered. It was something that they had agreed upon. And so he was able to not pay it if he didn't want to, because there was no recourse for that. She says that she states it's overwhelming and he is guilty, talking about the evidence is super overwhelming evidence. So it is scary to think that this guy might walk, even though he made a list of people that he wanted killed, you guys. He made a list and gave it to a prisoner while he was in prison and said, listen, I need to get out of jail. These people need to disappear. Let me tell you the names of the people that were on that list. It is, it's so scary. Here they are. And the people the jail friend claims Frazee asked to kill are as follows. Agent Greg Slater from the CBI. Sidney Kinney, Krystal's dad. Dee Dee McIntyre, Krystal's mom. Colton Kinney, Krystal's brother. Christy Kinney, Krystal's aunt. Joe Moore, Frazee's friend that said that he told him no body, no crime. Wendy Clark, Joe Moore's wife. Chad Lee, Krystal's ex-husband. Michelle Stein, Krystal's friend. I think that's the one that she borrowed the car from, but I'm not sure. Krystal Lee herself. Cheryl Barrett. So he already killed her daughter. Now he wants to kill the mother. And Kendi Kinney, Krystal's brother, the one that found the blood on the toilet and got the police to come back and do another forensic sweep of the home. So that is crazy, you guys. If he gets out knowing that he made that hit list, you would think that they would have given him another charge. If they brought the guy to testify him in court, why wasn't he charged with another solicitation after the fact? Or intimidating state's witness or something? I don't know. Blows my mind, you guys. Let me read some comments. All right. Did it come out? What? Ivy Lee, really? First degree? I read in one of the news release stories that the jury have videos of Krystal and Patrick, among others. I wonder what videos of Krystal. They said in what I just looked up, it was the videos of them at the Conoco and the video of Krystal going to the ranch and showing them where they burned the body, and Krystal going to Kelsey's house and showing them everywhere the blood spatter was and what she had walked into. So, Channel 11, Colorado Springs guilty. Wow, they came back quick. Really? I got to look this up. They came back quick, y'all. Yes, thank you. I'm glad I didn't wait to give this update, right? So, my goodness. Let me see. Okay, Patrick. Oh, it came up Walking Dead. Good Lord. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Jury deliberations. Jury has reached a verdict 5 minutes ago. You guys are right. That is awesome. Is guilty of first-degree murder in the death of his fiancée, Kelsey Barrett. The jury also found Frazee guilty of 3 counts of solicitation to commit murder with tampering with a dead body. The jurors deliberated for less than 4 hours. Barrett's family sobbed once the jury left the courtroom. Hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus. Oh my goodness! And we were on alive when the verdict came out. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for justice for Kaylee. Justice for Kaylee and Kelsey and Cheryl and her brother and her dad and her whole family. And I'm just overwhelmed with joy for such a tragedy. Overwhelmed with joy. Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, that's enough. All right. Well, now that we know that, that's that. That's done and over. We are so happy about that, aren't we? Woo! So we can move on to NK. Let's talk about NK. When I was giving you guys my list of all the reasons why she needs to be investigated, I forgot 2 very important ones. And one of them was, why has she disappeared off the face of the earth? I forgot to write that down. Why did you disappear off the face of the earth if you're so innocent? I mean, Krystal didn't even disappear, and she's guilty as sin. Right? Right? And that just blows my mind that you've just been MIA for a year. Yeah, I think Krystal's going to get probation because she actually helped them. All that evidence they had was because of Krystal telling them what happened. They wouldn't have known to talk to the ranch hands. They wouldn't have known to talk to Patrick's friend, Mr. Moore, Joe Moore. So without Krystal's testimony, then he might have walked. So I don't know how I feel about it though, because it hasn't processed enough. I don't know if I'm mad about that or happy. I'm kind of on the fence, you know? Exactly, Ivy Lynn. Ivy Lynn, that's right. So then I also forgot about the whole text messages that her and Kevin Kovac were talking about with her and Charlotte. Oh, thank you, Stitchy Widget. I got a super chat, a super chat. Actually, $1 of that will go to a whatever charitable cause we decide to donate to, because 20% of my super chats are going to go to a cause. Something with domestic violence, addiction, anything like that. But I will ask each and every one of my subscribers that donated a super chat to me, I will ask you to make a vote to tell me what you think the donation should go to. So, you VB girl, Patrick's guilty. Guilty. He's super guilty. We already knew that, but he actually got charged with first-degree murder, tampering with the body, and 3 counts of solicitation of a murder. So there you go. Let's see. Did Patrick murder Mindy Lee? Who's Mindy Lee? Miss Jane, let's see. When you said that you would like to pull NK by the hair to the ground and knock the skank out of her, so funny. Oh, yes, that is funny. Human trafficking? Huh? I'm so confused. Explain, Stitchy Widgets. Oh, you're so sweet. I love this woman right here. Thank you, Sandra. You are amazing. I miss your face. I haven't been on Facebook lately, as you can tell. I'm MIA. This is where I'm at. This is where you can find me, making new friends and doing what I love, talking about true crime. But I'm happy you're here, dogs. Doge Pokemon. Let's see. I hope they find NK and find what she's hiding. Yes. Yeah, she is guilty of something. I agree. If I was her, I wouldn't have been able to keep my mouth shut as she read all the stories online about her, right? I give her that. She's strong. She's not dumb. Nope. Okay, let's see. Chloe and Sophie, please go to Mindy Lee at Change.org to read her story. So many unsolved deaths in Colorado and Woodland Park. Oh, interesting. You just piqued my interest. So you think, because they did find 5 other teeth on the property, remember? But they said that it was probably, they didn't, I don't even think they tested them. Wow, Chloe and Sophia. Are they related? Great. So maybe this isn't over, you guys. You might hear a little bit more about Patrick. I will do some digging into that for sure. Thank you. Interesting. That's why I love having you guys. I wish PF would lead authorities to whatever left of body, but sadly, there probably is just remnants. I don't think of it. I know, baby girl. It is so sad. So sad. Okay, I try to stay off Facebook lately, but I'll do it just to join the group. So Mindy Lee is a unsolved murder from Woodland Park, and it's suspected that Patrick did it, correct? Am I reading? Am I picking up what you're putting down, sister? Am I? Wow. They did. I'm telling you, he had the nerve to do this. It makes you think that maybe he got away with it before. For him to just be so brazen the way that he was, and to do that with his daughter in the other room. I mean, he's capable of serial killing for sure. Her mother does. Her mother, Kelsey's mother, Cheryl, has the baby. Miss T, Patrick is guilty, and it is coming to light that there are other unsolved murders of women in Woodland Park, and they think that Patrick might have had something to do with Mindy Lee. There's a Facebook group about it. And Kay is a narcissist. She can't handle the public thinking bad of her, so she hides. Yeah, it's so crazy that her and Chris were identical like that. Paula, thank you, sister. And I really enjoy your emails. Thank you, thank you. It's awfully strange, Chloe. Awfully strange. Miss T, that is what Chloe was telling us, that it is speculated in this group that he might have something to do with it. The police didn't say that in their when he got pled guilty or whatever, or he didn't plead guilty, when he got convicted of being guilty. Oh, wow. How old was she, Chloe? That is so sad. Krystal's lucky she's not dead. She is so lucky because that man, as sick as his mind is, he would have let her clean up that mess and then killed her too, but he didn't want to have to clean up the mess from that alone. He obviously wanted her dead because she was on his hit list. I'm sure he got life. I think he has to go to sentencing. What happens is you go to court and they decide whether or not you're guilty or not guilty, and then you get sentenced. I think you can choose between a judge sentencing you or a jury sentencing you, but I don't know really the logistics on that. But I do know that he has to come back to be sentenced. I don't know in a jury trial if the jury is the one that comes up with that or if the judge does, because a jury of your 12 peers said you were guilty and the judge decides your sentence. But he's getting life, trust me. Life without the possibility of parole. They're going to give Krystal a slap on the wrist. They've already admitted that they needed her, that she was the glue that held this case together. She's going to get 3 years of probation. She will get the whole amount, trust me, because they're not giving her any jail time. They will give her 3 years of probation or more, maybe even 5. But the least she will get is 3 years of probation. Oh my gosh, that's awful, Chloe. They're doing it right now. Who is? Oh, he's getting life as we speak, you guys. They're sentencing him right now. Let's see. I'll tell you what they're saying. Or my subscribers will tell you in the comments. Once you guys find out, you let me know. Exactly. Every court does have different procedures. And that's why I always say don't quote me on it, because I'm not sure. My dream was to go to school and become a lawyer, and I still may one day. Who knows? But I don't know as much as I'd like to know, or to think I know. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, she definitely needs to lose her nursing license. It's not fair that she was able to renew it. Not at all. I'm so glad he was found guilty. I guess if one of you guys find out what he got, I'm sure he's getting life, you guys. Definitely. If he's found guilty, he's getting life. So while you guys are watching that, fill me in. Let me know what they're saying, because everything that I'm looking up is from hours ago. I've got the Denver Channel 7 30 some minutes ago, but I'm not seeing. Let's see if there's any kind of live stream. Nope. All my Denver peeps will have to let me know. I don't know how she could do what she did, you guys. I don't trust her either. Can you guys believe that I came on live as the verdict was coming through? Can you believe that? That is just wow. If I would have been 10 minutes later, I wouldn't have gotten my notes out before the verdict came in. Miss T, I believe it was said in Idaho, they have a loophole and she will get to keep her license. Not 100%, but heard that. That is awful. That lets me know that I do not want to get sick in Idaho. And if anything happens to me, make sure I don't go to Idaho. Good, Leah. That gives me some kind of comfort. It makes me sick. She gets to keep it. Thank you, Felicity Strong. Felicitas. I don't know why I always butcher people's names. They should be hard on her because she was, yeah, I agree. Protect life, not cover it up. I think KK was scared she was going to get caught for her part, and that's why she came forward and acted like she was scared of him. She could have called the cops and stopped the murder. I agree. She don't look too scared when she's getting that Sonic. Anyone else agree with me? Yeah, we heard that he was guilty of all charges. Thank you, Krystal. But yeah, does she look guilty in that Sonic surveillance? No. Yeah, I would never want her to take care of me. The loophole is stupid and it should be fixed in Kelsey's name. Leah says there's no loophole. KK would have saved Kelsey and didn't. It's mind-blowing. Yes, exactly. Yes, she will keep her license. I agree, Mama. I think because they got him, she will get the least and only get probation. Makes me sad, but at least we hopefully got him the one that actually did it. Agreed. Agreed. But the thing that bothers me, Chronic Live, is that we don't know that she didn't actually poison the coffee, so she may have done it first. You see what I mean? We don't know that because Kelsey would have never drank that coffee. And so we don't know if Krystal poisoned it or not. Yeah, she couldn't do it with a bat. Yeah, she couldn't do it with a pipe. But we don't know that she didn't do it with the coffee because Kelsey dumped it down the sink. I'm sure. I don't know. That's speculation, though. So Yeah, she should still be afraid of him because he's been trying to have her killed. People will get out of the prison that Patrick is in, and his mother has money. So, I mean, that's all I'm going to say without getting in any trouble or implicating anybody or getting slander. But just think about it. The mom is still out, and Patrick is her baby. So KK needs to be hiding somewhere. Yeah, so we all, before we decide that KK is not so guilty, let's not forget, we don't know if the coffee was poisoned. She was a nurse. She could have gotten some serious morphine, or she could have even mixed a Subutex with a Xanax in that coffee. You cannot do benzos on subs. So that'll kill you too. It won't everybody, for all the people that says, I've done it before. Yeah, and you're playing with Russian roulette when you do that. Because a lot of people can't handle those two pharmaceuticals together and it will kill you. So we don't know that she didn't put some kind of toxic cocktail in that caramel macchiato. We don't know. We know she delivered it. We know that she went that far. So how do we know? Why would you deliver a coffee that doesn't have poison in it? Why? Why would you go ahead and deliver the coffee? You would just not do it, like you didn't do it with the bat and you didn't do it with the pipe. But you went as far as knocking on her door and giving that coffee. I do not believe that it wasn't poisoned. They said that the mother saying the witch is dead was a different Facebook account. Now, I'm just giving like both sides because it possibly could have been her mom and they're lying. But I did hear, I forget where, that when she said the witch is dead, that was a different lady with her same name. Has anyone else heard that? Correct me if I'm wrong. He threatened Cheryl Barrett also. I bet she is still scared. Yes, I guarantee it. I wouldn't receive coffee from a stranger. Me neither. She may have a license, but no medical facility will hire her. They can't background check no convicted felon. Very true. Thank you, Felicitas. You're right about the meds. Yep. And toxic combo, you guys. I'm telling you. She could have put a fentanyl patch in it. She could have literally let a fentanyl patch dissolve in it. Anything. She could have done anything. And so she's not so, she's got blood on her hands for sure. Yes, I agree, Charlie. Wow, that woman is, whoo. Yes, and that is why I think he asked her to do it, is because he knew that she would have access to those things. Immunity or less charge for her information. Oh, yeah, we already know that. Tampering with evidence, when it comes to a murder, is a huge thing, but the maximum penalty is 3 years in prison. Why is that? Yeah, exactly. And knocked on your door. It would be like me sitting here right now, someone knocking on my door, me getting up and coming back here and being like, hey guys, I have no idea who brought me this. I like the vanilla bean from Starbucks, but brought me this vanilla bean frappe. I'm going to drink it. That will never happen in a million years. So if she did not poison it, why did you deliver it? I bet it had poison in it too. Exactly. Thank you. Here's a PSA from our friend Charlie. They are speculating life without parole. That's what I'm speculating too. I was on subs for a year, got off the meds. It was the longest withdrawal ever. Oh yes, trust me. I was addicted to Percocet 30s pretty much, or anything I could get my hands on that was related, even oxys. When I couldn't find a Percocet, I would settle for an oxy, but I hated oxys. Because they didn't give me the energy that the Percocets did. And I had to take the coating off to smash it and all of that. It was just a pain in the butt. So I ended up going to a treatment center and I could not afford the Subutex. And so they put me on methadone. Well, I only had a pain pill addiction. So when I went on methadone, it worked. It helped me stop doing pain pills, but it snowed here one day and I couldn't get to the clinic. So I'm like, okay. And I was not too bad that next day, but on the second day it snowed and I couldn't get to the clinic. And I felt like I was dying, you guys. It was the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life coming off of methadone. I was up to 80 milligrams, which isn't that much compared to what other people take, but I was up to 80 milligrams. And literally when I felt that withdrawal, I got mad and I called the clinic and I was like, why would you guys put me on something that has worse withdrawals than what I was on? I came to you for help. Why didn't you tell me that this was this powerful and what I was taking? And so I went to a detox. Well, when I got to the detox, no place would take me because I had methadone subs from where I was trying to quit and getting them on the street whenever I couldn't get anything, and Percocet, because I went back to Percocet to try to make the methadone that I was feeling, the feeling from the withdrawal from the methadone, go away. Nothing would do it. Nowhere would take me, you guys. I went to detox. They would not take me to any treatment facilities because they all said that it was a toxic combination, that they weren't, they didn't have the resources to withdraw me or to get me clean. And so I had to leave. And so then I went back. I finally got the money together to go get the on subs. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me, was being put on Suboxone. And I took Suboxone for a year, not Suboxone, Subutex, for a year. And then I weaned myself off of those. I stepped down to 4 milligrams, then to 2 milligrams, and then just a fraction. I would just take like a tiny little piece off of it and it would get me through the whole day. And then I started doing that little piece and then not the next day, and then that little piece and not the next day. And then I would put 2 days between them, and then 3 days. And then finally it was all just placebo. It really wasn't doing anything to me. And I was able to get off of them. And so it was the Suboxone and Subutex are the one thing, you guys, that has seen lots of results. Now, that doesn't mean that other people didn't have a hard time with it or it didn't work for them, but there are a lot of people in recovery to this day because of buprenorphine, which is subs. She has to be convicted of something for it to show up in the background check. That's right. 3 years, what a joke. Everybody's going live now with the Frazee verdict. I was already here. Yeah. Sorry, when I keep my granddaughter, she keeps me young, and I tend to get my silly side out. Nothing will help the withdrawal from methadone besides methadone, and methadone was created by Hitler to keep his soldiers on the battlefield. I believe it, girl. I had to go and get massages. My hips were hurting. I would make my daughter pull my arm a certain way. I would get on a yoga ball and I would roll backwards. I mean, it hurt bad. It makes me want to cry just thinking about how horrible that withdrawal was. See, it's not just me. I got worse too. It took more after methadone. It took 10 Percocet 30s for me to even feel anything after the methadone. And so then I put my tolerance up so high. He was found guilty. Yes, he was. They are sentencing him right now as we speak. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is Mama BuDeez here. Become a humble beauty. We are humble here. We don't attack. We don't judge. We actually enjoy different opinions, and we just agree to disagree here. And none of my videos on death or tragedy are monetized, you guys. I do this for myself to have an outlet, not to make money. I'm never going to make money off of somebody's tragedy, ever. So you're safe here. This is a place to subscribe. Thank you, Brandy. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Liza. I'm so happy to have you. Yes, restless leg. Donna Price is right. That is awful. The restless leg. I mean, I was beating my hips with my hand like as hard as I could because it hurt down to the hip bone. It was awful. And all because I couldn't afford the Subutex. The Subutex, they made you pay $500 a month for your script. You would get a whole month's script, and you had to pay for the script after that. But luckily, I had Medicaid, and Medicaid paid for the script. But at the time that I got put on methadone, I didn't. And I had to pay the whole $12 a day thing, and they didn't do a daily sub. It had to be the whole month, or you got nothing. So that's why I resorted to the methadone, and man, oh man, I commend anyone that has gotten off of methadone. I commend you. You have my mad respect. I look up to you. You are a pillar of strength, and know that if there's somebody out there that I'm looking at right now that has kicked methadone, you are a rock star. Let me tell you, you are amazing. And if you shared that story with people, so many people would be able to get off of it because we're all terrified of the withdrawal. Thank you, Julie. I hid in your bushes for a week. LOL. I'm shy. It's okay, girl. That's fine. $383 a month is what you have to pay, Katrina. No fun. Yes, I don't know what the withdrawal off of Suboxone is because I stepped myself down. So, but I have heard that, Angie. I heard that it's really bad too. But I don't think personally yet, since I never experienced the withdrawal from the Subutex, I don't think anything is worse than withdrawing from methadone. A friend of mine's son died from methadone. He accidentally took his father's. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Charlie. I tried kratom by the spoonfuls, Donna. I did. I put that nasty plant matter in orange juice. I ate it out the spoon. I bought it in liquid form. I mean, it didn't do anything to me. I think it was because I was doing 300 milligrams a day. And when I would get the pinks, you guys, I would have to snort 10 pink pills. So, even thinking about it. And to this day, if I have surgery or I need pain medications, I ask for subs for pain because they can prescribe Subutex for pain. I had a laparoscopic abrasion, and instead of giving me the Percocets, they gave me like 5 subs for pain. So it can be prescribed for pain, you guys. Let's see. I know a girl who gets it for her home, and I have watched her cry in agony. Oh, yes, girl. Takes longer to exit out. Gotcha. 2 years and 2 months off pain pills and oxys. Yes, girl. Yes, thank you. Let's all give Bridget a big old congrats. You go, girl. I have been off of pain pills for 2 years as well. November 4th was my 2-year anniversary, and off of subs for a year. 1 year. But I did stay on subs for that whole year to it was mainly the psychological, you guys. The psychological is even worse than the physical. You can handle the physical. It's that psychological thinking that you need it for energy, that you're not a good mom without it, or you can't clean your house unless you do it, or it's ridiculous. It's all justification. Yes, mine was prescribed as well. And then my dad died, and it all went downhill from there. It numbed my pain so much. I'm so sorry, AM, about your friend Donna. I had 3 friends overdose in the same year too, and one of them was my very, very best friend. I beat morphine and Roxy 30s. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Percocet 30s are Roxy's. That's what I was addicted to as well. Oh, yes, girl. Good for you. I'm so happy for you. We quit within a month apart from each other. That is great. You go, girl. It was fine for me, Nicole, but I had to wean myself. Okay. So I was on 2 8 milligrams a day. Then I had to, for a whole week, only do one. And then for a whole week, I would do a half a one. And then for a whole week, I would do a quarter. And then once I got down to the quarter, I would do a quarter, skip a day, do a quarter, skip a day. And then I would skip 2 days and then 3 days. And it all ended up, so I weaned myself off of it. So I didn't have any problems, but I have heard that people say it's really bad. Yes, the mental is awful. Awful. I know. I used to have to go to a little old mom and pop's pharmacy too to get my subs, and I'm telling you, I got it was like I had a scarlet letter around my neck. You go, Melinda. Yes. 11 years here clean, was terrified for my appendectomy and hysterectomy, but we had a great plan. That is awesome. Did you end up just taking what was prescribed, or did they give you something different? And if you don't want to share, that's fine too. Mama, it's been rough. Been clean 2 years in July. That is awesome. Look at how many 2 years, and I'm clean 2 years. It's like destiny. It's like you guys were meant to be here. Methadone is supposed to be administered under supervision of a counselor. Yes, it is. When I was on methadone, I had to go to the clinic every single day at 6 o'clock in the morning. Sure did. They don't give it to you in take home until you've been going there for a long time. And then they only give you 1 day of take home, and then they'll give you two, and you just work your way up. Dealing with cancer and hate them, but need, oh yes, if you have cancer, by all means, let me tell y'all, if I get cancer, I'm going back on pain pills. I don't care what anybody says. At that point, you need them. And that's the only thing that would get me to go back on pain pills, is if I got cancer. The only thing. And I may even try to fight it with subs. Let's see. Mine got so bad I tried to commit suicide. Oh, I'm so sorry, Katrina. I'm so glad you're here with us. Donna's got 2 years as well. Wow, this is just a lot of irony. It's taken my boyfriend 2 years in the methadone clinic to get off. He's going through the withdrawal process now. Oh my gosh. I am sending him lots of positive vibes and a big old virtual hug, because that is some of the toughest, you know what, you'll ever go through. I know methadone clinics are one of the worst monitored substance. Yes, they are. And going to those places are awful. Being around all those people trying to find other drugs, selling I mean, I had someone ask me if I wanted to buy Xanax in the parking lot, and I'm on subs. I said, what, are you trying to kill me? And they're like, oh, you won't die. I mean, really, people? Like, how do you sleep at night? That is super impressive. I'm 31, 6 knee surgeries from the age of 15 to 21, 3 more in the last 15 months, 7 years, 3 months of 100 milligram fentanyl, 30 Roxy's prescribed until not, but still hate the look when I pick. Yes. And you of all people deserve it. I'm talking about the people that aren't on pain. You people that are on pain don't get high off pain pills. It really does just take their pain away. It's those of us that used pain pills that didn't have any pain, that's the ones that are getting high off of it. Yay, Kathy, tell your daughter congratulations. I'm so sorry, Katrina. You have been through it, haven't you? You just upped your subs, Nicole Page? My partner didn't have the willpower to break the habit for years. I walked, but my ex committed suicide 2 years later over me finding someone else. Oh, bless. Babe, don't you dare own that. That is not on you. He did it because he could not handle life alone, not because of you. Okay? You just remember that. I went to the Dome Clinic daily and was on 100 milligrams. Yeah, I came off of 80. I get it, Miss T. It's no fun. I'm so glad that Kratom worked for you, Carolina girl. I really am, because that's a way easier way. It's non-narcotic. It's natural. I wish it would have worked for me. I do. My niece is coming off subs right now. She needs a prayer for those that pray, please. Yes. Are they not going to wean her off? My heart goes out to anyone that just stops. I'm so sorry, love. Katrina. Mm. That's fine. Being on subs, you're sober. If you are not taking your drug of choice and you are on a maintenance plan, you are sober. Okay? When you get off the subs, you'll be clean, but you still get to say you're sober. So don't you worry, girl. You are sober 8 years, Nicole. Congratulations. And it's nobody's business if you're clean or not. I mean, those are just my definitions, not the world's definitions. But I personally believe what's in your urine is your business. So if anyone can suggest something, I really want to stop taking them. Appreciate any info. Just wean yourself. That is the best way to come off of anything, is to just start taking a little bit less every day. And you can even do it very slowly. Like if you're prescribed 630s a day, do 5.5, and then do for a few days, and then do 5, and then do 4.5. You see what I mean? You've got to step down gradually on a lot of addicted narcotic medicine that is highly addictive. Xanax, you can't just stop taking. You could have a seizure and die. So it's really important to wean yourself. Oh my gosh, good for you. I'm glad you took action with that. Thank you, Felicita. Yes, Carolina girl says Kratom works for her, so you could try Kratom, Julie. You could buy some Kratom. That's awesome. It's okay. Been on subs for 7 years, 3 months. Never touched narcotics again. Only in the hospital for surgery. Right back on subs. That's my next goal, to get off subs. That is great. Congratulations. Don't let anyone undermine that progress, okay? Just because you're on subs doesn't mean jack blah. You know, you are sober 8 years. Yes. I'm praying for a lot of you guys. Let's see, where was I? Yes. Thank you, Jackie Hughes. Yes. What is her first name, Miss T? Because she is got a rough road. Yes, I've been through it, but if it wasn't for my husband, I wouldn't be here. He literally saved my life. Yes, you definitely need support, you guys. If you don't have support, you're just going to run back to the drug. If you don't have somebody saying, good job, you can do this, then you're just going to run back, because you have all those people that are mad at you from when you were an addict. You've got them in your ear telling you that you're a piece of crap, or that you did this, or that you did that, and they'll never love you anymore, or they won't like you, or you're a thief for the rest of your life, or whatever. You have to have one cheerleader. If you don't have one cheerleader, I'm telling you, you're just going to relapse. It sucks, because everybody needs someone to lean on during that time. Yeah, it didn't help me either, Miss T. But I know a lot of people. He's been sentenced to death. He couldn't have. No, they didn't get, the death penalty was never on the table. He was never going to be charged with death. So that can't be true. I've only been addicted to coffee. Me too, Brandy. Yep, we had the same problem here, and this is why my one friend Donna died. Oh, I'm so sorry, AM. Yeah, I think that's what he's going to get, life without parole. You about died coming off of it, Katrina? I'm so sorry. I know. I was terrified with my surgery, but you can do this, Katrina. You got this. Or wait till after your surgery. Not a whole lot. Just Patrick Frazee got convicted guilty on all counts. We're talking about addiction and methadone, Suboxone, kratom, and we are talking about how Patrick Frazee got convicted in court today. That's true. I've seen people, Amy, get addicted to kratom big time. Has anyone heard of Subucade? It's a shot. Yeah, it's for the whole month. I saw the commercial last night, actually. But that's scary because what if someone has a reaction to it? I don't know. It hasn't been long enough, Sandy. I wouldn't go on it. There's not enough. I would at least wait a year of it being out, Sandy, and then go on it. If you still think it's a good idea after a year, I would go on it then. But personally, it's too new, and they need to get the kinks out before you start taking it. But that is your decision, of course. Yeah, I know people that get subs in Xanax, but you're not. If you go to the clinic and you're on Xanax, you can only get a like one sub or something, and your Xanax has to be really, really low. But most clinics don't like to prescribe methadone or Suboxone when you're on Xanax, but they will do it. You're right. Let's see. Woo, it's just rolling in. I can't keep up. You think Frazee will appeal? Second career substance abuse counselor. I hate so-called treatment centers who are only interested in making money. I worked with addicts for a long time and seen some miracles. Yes. I'm so glad. That gives me hope. Frazee's appeal. You can't take Cipro with methadone either, you guys. Is what Katrina is saying. His family will come up with money for appeal. I agree. I don't think Watts wants an appeal. He has no grounds for one. He was perfectly sane during his signing of the plea, so I don't know what grounds for appeal he's going to have. I think he had to do it within so many days of sentencing too, but I could be wrong on that too. I'm not 100%. I agree, Bad Bish. I think that she did poison that coffee. You're not going to take the coffee all the way over there if it doesn't have poison in it. If you are going to back out of the plan, you're going to back out of taking the coffee over there as well. So she's an idiot. Yes, my life has gotten so much better since I got off drugs, you guys, in the last 2 years. I bought a home, I paid off my car, I have my dream dog that I've always wanted my whole life, a French bulldog, and my daughter is an amazing young lady that I can help with my granddaughter and everything. I'm telling you, this is the best years of my life since I've been sober. Because of my wonky disability, I'm so allergic to most pain meds. When I have to have surgery, surgery. It's always outpatient because they can't offer pain control. Oh, bless. I'm addicted to UD, this community, LOL. I was having withdrawals and rushed to YouTube ASAP. Yay, you was live. Thank you. I am too. But my granddaughter was a handful last night, you guys. By the time I was done chasing her little walking butt around, I was like, I am going to bed. And then I woke up and hung out with her all day. And after I took her home, I laid her down for a nap and came earlier. But after I took her home, I got back on. No, the child has been given custody to Kelsey's mother, her maternal grandmother. Oh, wow, BS. Good. Wow. You're a survivor, girlfriend. Yay, you have a Frenchie too? Is it a boy or a girl? And thank you, exploring human behavior. Who are you saying that to, Christy? I'm not sure. I think so. But Chris killed his kids. So I don't think I think they'll put Frazee in general population because he just killed his significant other. Chris killed his kids. And so in prison, my brother's been in prison his whole life. He's my older brother. Constantly having to send him packages, answering his calls. He'll get out for a day and get right back in there. So I honestly think they'll put Patrick in general population. They're not going to make such a big deal out of it like they did Chris, because child molesters in prison get targeted, and so do child abusers. So when they want to take out their anger on somebody, they'll do it on someone like Chris who killed his kids. Exactly, Felicita. That's what I said. Yeah. So my brother has told me lots of crazy stuff that they do to child molesters and child abusers, because there's lots of dads in there that can't see their kids, and there's lots of dads in there that might be innocent. And so they feel like they're doing a world of favor by taking these people out. But Frazee, he just killed his girlfriend. They'll all think he's just same as them. Hey girl, hey. I can't believe you had brain surgery, BS. I'm so amazed at how strong you are. Wow. And you're on here and in my community. I'm so happy to have you. You have a brother like that too, Leah? Yeah, it's sad. It really is. And I always think that this time it's going to be different, and it never is. Never is. I was a treatment counselor in a house treatment center for 10 years, and state closed it. 12-step program works if you work it. I love my job. Yes, I thought about going into something like that myself, Brenda. Thank you for your service. I asked to wean myself off, and he offers different ones, but don't accept the medical marijuana card, but accept CBD oils. Yeah, and you never know what's in those CBD oils. You don't know the terpenes or the mixtures that they use. The only thing I can share with this subject is my brother was on drugs. I couldn't understand why he would destroy his life. I love him, but it hurt. He ended up with AIDS and HIV. He died. He never stopped drugs. Nick, I feel you. My older brother's the same way, and I spend my whole life waiting for that call that he overdosed, or waiting for that call that he's been killed in prison, because he does not learn either. 8 months, you go. Yes, Macy. That's the other max security prison, Felicita. I have a Chiari malformation. I'll have to Google that. I don't know what that is, BS. I'm so sorry. Human behavior. Did you see her name? It's Tish. Thanks for the prayers. Tish. Okay, you guys, we all need to send some positive vibes, some prayers, whatever you believe in for Tish, because she is coming off subs, right, Miss T? Right now as we speak? Yes, I know. I had 4 surgeries, and yeah, it was horrific. They had to give something to take the edge off for only a couple of days. After that, I felt like dying. Yeah, people say you can't withdraw after a couple of days, but you're not going to feel your normal self, that's for sure, on the day that you don't take anything. Thank you, Felipe. Yes, let's all keep Trish in our thoughts and prayers, because she is going through one of the toughest battles she'll ever go through. Oh, Sandy, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. And I'm just not going to pay it no mind. I mean, if they start making parodies of me, we'll watch them here. I think that's funny. I want to see what they can come up with. I will laugh. We will do a watch party, and we will find all the dirt on Mama BuDeez on YouTube. And I will sit here and laugh my butt off. It takes creativeness to do that. So, oh, okay, BB girl, that makes sense. That's why I asked. Yes, yes. 83 people on my line. I love it. I mean, I'm really loving this. I know I keep saying it over and over, but I really do. I'm so glad I have this community. And I promise you guys, it's not going to go to my head. I'm going to be the same person that I was in the beginning later. I promise. Look, I even came to you guys today without any makeup on. I don't even think I brushed my hair. I just threw it in a little thingy, and here we are. So I'm comfortable with you guys now. I'm comfortable. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't even imagine that. I had to have one of my uh emergency implant removed, and I had to have it done awake too. And it was awful. Awful. I couldn't afford the anesthesia. So the doctor said he will give me some local numbing agent and put a sheet up. And I wish that I would have never done that. That is traumatizing. So I can't imagine what you went through, BS. I'm so sorry, love. Oh, I doubt that, AM, but that's sweet of you. And that's not what I'm looking for. Right now, I think by Christmas, I'm getting 1,000 subscribers a month. So I think by Christmas, I'll have 2 or 3,000 if we keep going the way that we're going. You're sweet, AM. It's okay, Leah. I can figure it out, I'm sure. Oh my gosh, Brenda, I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to your family as well. Oh, that's so sad. Thinking about you, sister. You're very welcome. If you need to ever talk to anyone, reach out. My email is all over the place. It's at the top of this chat, and I want to be here for you. I can't imagine what you're going through. Thank you all so much. The prayers are needed. This place is the best. I've never felt compelled to be dedicated to other channels because I can't handle the drama. Oh, now you guys are going to make me cry tears of joy. I'm on Seroquel, Tegretol, Lexapro. I have schizophrenia, and whenever I'm out of them, I'm always suicidal and have withdrawal. So, got to take them for life. Oh, Maria, I'm so sorry. I know all the names of those. I used to scribe for a doctor, you guys, and the doctor refused to write anything down. He would make me write everything down. I had to write his scripts. He would just sign them. I had to write all his notes in his files, and so I learned a lot about medicines when I was doing that. And I'm so sorry, Maria. I can only imagine what the withdrawal feels like from that combination. Maximum life without parole, us, some other. Is that what he got? Where was I? So he got life without parole. Wow, BS. Wow, if you ever need to know anything about surgery, she's our girl. You are awesome. I'm so glad that you're strong and here today and able to be on here with us. And we will definitely keep you in our thoughts and prayers too. I'm so sorry, Brenda. You guys are breaking my heart over here, but I'm so happy you're sharing and keep it up. Keep sharing. That's what we're here for. That's okay, Brenda. I almost cried too, so I can only imagine what you're feeling. Good. Life without parole. You have a wonderful guardian angel now, Brenda. He's looking down on you and taking care of you. So sorry. Yes, see, Brenda, look at all the love. Thank you, Exploring Human Behavior. Life without parole, maximum sentence. I knew it. Thank you so much, Felicita. I understand. Yeah, you have to make sure that you don't run out because I'm sure that is not fun at all. I'm so sorry you have to go through that, Maria. Don't forget to hit the like button, as AM says. And subscribe if you're new. I promise you're safe here. Have you heard Get High on Life? Well, in my recovering from both drugs and beating from my ex, I got up, went outside, took a deep breath. I got high on life and stayed focused, and the result is worth it. Yes, Misty. There are so many different ways that sobriety can be your next step in life. It doesn't have to be on another maintenance drug. It's whatever works for you, and what works for somebody might not work for somebody else. So don't be afraid to try anything and everything that is out there professionally to help you get through it. Oh, Chronic Life, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad you guys are here though with me. You're safe. I'm so sorry, Brenda. I wish I could hug you. Yes, let's do that. Let's all type where you think that Patrick Frazee will do his time. I think that they will send him to that place that Chris doesn't want to go to. What was it called? And it used to house El Chapo. I have it written down somewhere. It was the prison that it's like the most dreaded prison of all of Colorado. Yes, Brenda, we do love you. They expect Frazee to be moved later today. Allegedly, the verdict came in. Frazee put down his head and appeared to cry. Good. I know, that's not nice. I shouldn't have said that. You think he'll go to a California prison, Julie? Yeah, that's true. They'll probably keep him out of Colorado. Oh, you're so sweet, Tina. Thank you. I really do feel like we are all friends here. Like, literally. Some of you guys treat me better than my friends in real life do. Oh, a migraine is awful. I'm sorry you have to go through that, BS. Do you make sure to turn down your blue screen on your phone or your tablet that you watch? That helps a little bit. Supermax, yes. I wish I remembered. Is it Sterling? Felicity Strong, is that the one that housed El Chapo? Guantanamo Bay, I thought they closed that down. And Canyon City. It does depend on who has room. Leah is right, and who is willing to take him on. And he could go somewhere for processing and then be shipped out somewhere else. So the first place he goes to could be a shipping prison, because this happens to my brother all the time. He'll go from the local police, once he gets sentenced, he'll go from the local jail to like a processing prison, and from that prison they will decide where he goes. So he may not land the first time where he will end up, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, we love you so much, Brenda, and you have a community here that will have your back and support you through this. I believe Colorado too, but they might want to keep him away from his mother. If they're smart, they'll punish him by not having him close to his mother. Bye-bye, Patrick. I'm so sorry, Chronic Life, that you guys have those migraines. That's just dilapidating. I hate it. Yeah, put them with Chris. They deserve each other, Paula said. I cannot combine alcohol with the three above medication. I told you I could actually die, and that's the whole reason I've secluded myself from people. I'm so sorry, Maria. Well, you have a community here that you are safe in, and you don't have to exclude yourself from anything. We want you here. Thank you. I love you guys too. I wish Watts didn't come here to Wisconsin. They have private prisons and they are so lax. No violence. Yeah, I know. I wish he would get sent to the one he doesn't like to go. Do you think Colorado State is cursed? I was working in Littleton, Colorado at the Red Lobster, and one night my coworker called me and asked me to work a shift for another coworker, and they were best friends, male and a female. And just a mile down from where the Columbine shooting happened, one of my coworkers bludgeoned my other coworker to death in their apartment. And I had to come to work the next day, and investigators wouldn't let any of us leave work without talking to them about their relationship. And he blamed it on Ambien and whiskey, you guys. You can look it up. It was Nicole Burns' murder in Littleton, Colorado. And it was I can't remember his last name, but he was the one that said it was Ambien and whiskey that made him do it. And they were best friends. They were looking for a place to move in together. He was bisexual. She was just a lady my age, that had worked in the restaurant Red Lobster for so long. And he ended up beating her to death with a hammer. Crazy. All while we were in Colorado. Yeah, he will probably commit suicide, AM, because he's not the head honcho in there. I wonder if he is going to say the devil made me do it. Okay, Miss T, we will miss you. Wow, sentencing was life without parole plus 150 years plus 5 years. He will die in prison for sure. Yes, thank you. They are assigned an inmate number like a social security card, but for the state. Yes, that's called their docket number. No, their docs number. Now I can't believe I'm drawing a blank. I think if I wouldn't have read that, I would have been able to say it. Bye, Brandy. Cook dinner. I gotta go get dinner done too. It's 6:12 here. Thank you, Paula. You guys are awesome. Thank you. He got life without the possibility of parole, 150 years plus 5 more years. Yes, Colorado does seem cursed. Exactly. He will go to the intake evaluation process. It will take about a week. Then he will be placed. I told you guys that he would be processed at a different prison than he would be end up staying, because it happens to my brother all the time. And I end up having to add money to the account. And sometimes it doesn't transfer if they don't use Securus. And it's stupid. Yes, Colorado is creepy. And I live there in Frederick, same place. Doc number, yes, DOC number, your DOC number. Thank you, Cassie. Thank you, Julie Johnson. There are lots of churches in Colorado. Blessings to you too, Brenda. Thank you for sharing that with us, and we will keep you in our thoughts and send positive vibes your way and prayers for those that believe. And we are thinking of you, Brenda. Just know that. Nothing is wrong with Colorado. They're just saying that a lot of dark things such as family annihilators and stuff like that happen there. But it happens everywhere. The Columbine shooting, But like Michelle, you're right. It happens everywhere. And that will cost thousands of dollars to keep him alive. Rope will only cost $2. Okay, sounds good, Nick. I think I responded to you already. Go check. I'm pretty sure I already responded. If you're the one from Puerto Rico, are you the one from Puerto Rico? Have you shared the story of your brother new here, not trying to pry? No, but I will. I will definitely share the story of my brother. It is a long one. It will take a whole video for that. In my eyes, if you commit murder, you should be used to be taken out of the equation. Yeah, eye for an eye. Bye, everyone. Taking my bison for a walk. Prayers for everyone. Thank you, AM. I'm getting ready to go too, you guys. I read a long time ago, Colorado Native Indians are angry at white men for taking their land. They cursed white men. It is myth or urban legend. I don't know. Ooh, interesting. Okay, Nick, I'm sorry. Right, Andrew. Thank you. Okay, you guys. Well, I've been on here for an hour and a half, and so I'm gonna get off here, go make dinner, and then I'm so glad I was able to update you guys on that as it was going down. And you all are welcome here. So hit that subscribe button, become a humble beauty. We do giveaways every 500 subscribers that we hit. So you want to make sure that you don't miss out on that, but you have to be a subscriber to win. So check out my videos on my giveaways. And thank you all. I miss you when I'm gone, and I won't take too much time this time before I'm back. All right. Mama BuDeez here signing off. Bye, girls. Bye. Bye, boys. Bye. Have a good night. I'll see you soon.